Hi guys, welcome back to another vlog where we discover and explore another wonderful and less known town. This is part 2 of our 3-episode vlog of Harper's Ferry, West Virginia. Please make sure to support this little channel by liking, sharing, and subscribing. Love to hear from you in the comments below. Alright, so this is the Trouvaille house. I'm gonna give you a little tour of this place. It's very nice. I found it online. There aren't a lot of hotels right in the downtown area of Harper's Ferry, but I wanted to feel a little bit at home because this is a nice area for hiking, doing very natural outdoor kind of activities. So this is what I came here for. So I rented this place. It's a house and it has about 4 suites. We got the upstairs. I will show you what the upstairs looks like. So this is the kitchen area. This is the area where you can eat. So we have a nice little table over here, 2 stools, nice big sink over here. You have cabinets with glasses and everything. It's a pretty nicely furnished. This area is like, I really love this little nook over here where you have 3 seats right here. You can, sit and eat right by the window, enjoy the beautiful view of the outside. I love this beautiful photograph over here. It really brings a nice. This is the door, and upstairs we can go. I'm gonna show you what the bedroom looks like. My daughter's getting ready, so we're gonna wait for her to get ready. This is a bed. My daughter and I slept on this bed, very comfortable, very soft, a little on the hard side, so it's kind of medium. And then we have this big mirror, when you're getting ready and everything. We have this window right here to give us a lot of light. And then we have these 2 beautiful windows, give us a lot of light too, beautiful curtains. And for storage space, we have this storage right here. You can put all your stuff here. You have a pillow, an extra pillow for the bed. Nice little side table over here. Beautiful painting. Medium-sized refrigerator. You have these nice barn doors that open up to the bathroom. A big bathroom here. This is not a phone. This is your shower. So you have to stand up or sit down and you use the shower. And you move this thing, that kind of stuff. And then on this side, you have a nice balcony. So here is our balcony overlooking all kinds of greens and the neighboring houses. Very pretty. For more information on this house, you can look it up online, and it's also listed on booking.com, Vrbo, and Airbnb. There are also a lot of other options closer to the downtown area, as well as motels and hotels a little further out. It all depends on your budget and the type of activities you are looking for. There are no grocery stores in this downtown area, but a few miles away you can find all kinds of grocery stores. Here we are just a few steps away from our rental, where we found this amazing bakery to my right in the town of Bolivar that offers a variety of fresh pastries and breads. And this town is just as charming, but a lot quieter with less shops and other tourist attractions. There are really nicely manicured gardens, and so far the atmosphere has been very welcoming, and the locals have been very friendly, without hesitation answering questions we asked about the town, which made this a very delightful place to visit. This tiny little town is named after the South American liberator Simón Bolívar, and it played a significant role during the Civil War, where many notable events happened in this area. One of the key landmarks is the Bolivar Heights battlefield, just a few short minutes away from here, which we visited, and there are still original cannons on the field. This is the barn of Harper's Ferry, which we were told is known for its craft beers, super friendly bartenders, a full bar, and live musical artists from around the country. The second Sunday of each month, the barn hosts an open mic night that begins at 6 p.m. But if you want to participate, you must sign in at 5:30 p.m. I believe that I need to come back and check it out very soon and maybe bring a few friends with us, even though my husband and I should be okay, just the two of us, and have fun with the rest of the locals. This adorable outdoor seating area is Gaster's. My daughter found the spot the night we had just arrived and it was amazing. I ordered the braised lamb and my daughter had the pasta bolognese. I also had this very interesting and creative pineapple gazpacho, which was topped with goat cheese, and it was actually pretty good and refreshing. And we also had a fruit and cheese board. We are now going to head down to the downtown area, which is a good 20 minutes walk downhill. As you can see, all the homes carry a lot of history, which gives it a lot of character and charm. Each building tells its own unique story, and for that reason, I think Harper's Ferry is a great destination for anyone that is interested or even a little bit curious about history like me. So this is really like stepping back in time and experiencing the past with modern comforts and freedoms. So the architectural style of homes in Harper's Ferry is predominantly historic and described as Federalist. The older homes incorporate Victorian architectural trim, and these homes were typically built with locally quarried stone, shale, brick, or wood. These homes are now protected by the government, especially the ones within the Harper's Ferry National Historical Park, which was registered as a historic district in 1979. And the primary historic housing stock dating back to the 1820s to the 1840s is a key focus of preservation efforts. Straight ahead is the John Brown Monument. He was a famous abolitionist whose bold actions in 1859 were instrumental in igniting the Civil War. John Brown aimed to arm slaves to revolt, which eventually led to his arrest and execution, and that garnered national attention and helped spark the Civil War. Today, this monument, standing at the heart of Harper's Ferry with Maryland Heights Cliff as a scenic backdrop to the town, is a powerful reminder of his impact on American history. The train whistling through the valley creates an atmosphere of nostalgia and excitement as well. So now we continue our walk towards the Appalachian Trail, where we will hike on the Harper's Ferry footbridge, which cuts across the Potomac River to the Chesapeake, Ohio Canal and the mountainous Maryland Heights. So as we approach the trail, you can notice the diverse flora and fauna, making it an ideal spot for photography and bird watching. Keep an eye out for several historic landmarks around that tells the story's past. We have now reached the scenic overlook that reveals the absolutely stunning views of the Potomac River, and this is where West Virginia and Maryland border each other. There are tons of fun activities you can enjoy on the Potomac River in the spring and summer, such as kayaking, rafting, paddleboarding, and even fishing in the serene and historic locations that provide an abundance of fish. The currents in the water in this area are gentle and relatively safe for beginners. And for those looking to fish, just make sure to have a valid and unexpired fishing license. There are also several spots for swimming, but just make sure to know what the bacteria levels are in the water, because during certain times of the year there can be flesh-eating bacteria among others. So if you have a cut, a scratch, or swallow some of the water, this could be a life-threatening situation, so be safe when planning your activities. The river is said to be on the path of recovery, but the safety levels fluctuate after rain events, so please know the conditions ahead of time. There are plenty of places to walk around here, but I don't know if you can see or notice there are tons of bugs here, which is due to all the rain and snow that happened recently, but also because we are surrounded by water. It can be hard to walk around here with all the gnats being all over your face. There's literally a swarm following us everywhere, and some got into my eyes a few times. So the fly situation this season can be very frustrating, so make sure to bring bug repellent. But nothing stops people from enjoying some rafting on the river, and the weather right now is just perfect for it. Not too hot and not too cold. So if you ever plan to visit this area, come prepared to do a lot of walking. This is a great area for avid outdoors people who enjoy nature at its finest. You have mountains, rivers, lots of green spaces, great wildlife, perfect for bird watching. But to do all that, you can't without some good and comfortable shoes. From walking in the cobblestone streets to the hilly and winding neighborhoods to miles and miles of hiking trails, you definitely need some comfortable shoes. So when hiking the trail, it's always important to remember to come prepared and make sure you're doing everything to keep yourself safe. Otherwise, you might not have the greatest experience. As previously mentioned, you need good shoes, bring bug repellent, a few bottles of water, a map and compass, and of course a first aid kit. That's very important to have with you because it's not uncommon to get hurt, scratched, or anything else. Clothing should be weather appropriate, so make sure to keep an eye out on the weather. Also, a good camera to take lots of pictures of the stunning views along the trail. And lastly, and this is something that I personally think is one of the most important, is make sure to respect local wildlife and leave no trace to preserve the natural environment for future visitors. Alright, so we have now crossed over the footbridge and are officially standing on the Maryland side overlooking the beautiful Harper's Ferry. The view here is absolutely stunning with the Potomac River at our feet and Harper's Ferry in the distance like an old painting. You can continue down the Appalachian Trail, which serves as the headquarters for the long-distance hiking route that stretches over 2,000 miles. So we did a lot of walking and stopped at informational signs to read up on the history of this area. So here are a few fun facts about Harper's Ferry. At number 1, it is a strategic location at the confluence of the Potomac and Shenandoah Rivers, serving as a vital transportation hub and a strategic point for both the Union and Confederate forces during the Civil War. At number 2, this is the place of the largest Union surrender during the Civil War to the Confederate forces under General Thomas J. Stonewall Jackson. At number 3, it is home to Storer College, which was one of the first integrated schools in the United States in 1867, and for about 25 years was the only school in West Virginia where Americans of African descent could pursue education beyond primary. The school was also the site of the first meeting of the Niagara Movement, which was the precursor for the National Association for the Advancement of Colored People, NAACP. At number 4, Harper's Ferry serves as the headquarters for the Appalachian Trail, long-distance hiking trail that stretches over 2,000 miles. And lastly, Harper's Ferry is a very affordable area to live in, and because of its proximity to bigger cities in Maryland and Washington, D.C., some people choose to live here the quiet life in Harper's Ferry and other parts of West Virginia and commute to bigger cities in D.C. and Maryland and Virginia, where salaries are a little bit higher and there are a lot more professional opportunities. This building is a park shop, and this is where you can buy historical books not only on Harper's Ferry but also on West Virginia and the history of United States, as well as souvenirs and gifts, toys, and other things. I of course got a couple of travel magnets. So we kept on walking around the historic and reenacting town, which is just on the other side of the downtown area and has some preserved buildings and former shops that have been kept as museums. As you walk into these historic buildings, some that used to be shops, you can imagine that bustling activity that once upon a time filled the space, with merchants trading goods and townsfolk gathering for food and supplies. Every corner of the space tells a story, capturing the essence of life in Harper's Ferry during its prime. The preserved architecture and artifacts really transport you back in time, enriching your understanding of the town's vibrant past. I really hope everyone can appreciate the craftsmanship and history that has been so well preserved here. From left to right, the Historic Society in charge of preserving the history of the town really dedicated to the authenticity of its past for future generations like us to see and experience, even if just for a short moment. This historic building shows how a home would have been constructed in the late 18th century with detailed woodwork and how the foundation was started before anything else was done. This gives us a little glimpse into the daily lives of the people that lived here, reflecting the architectural style and cultural values of that era. Alright guys, so we are almost at the end of our walk, so let me give you my first impression of the town and whether this is a place I see myself coming back over and over. So the charm of the town is 100% undeniable. I got to step back in time and experience a rich heritage of the area, from its troubled and even traumatic past to now being a place that tells a story to its descendants and hopefully a history that will never be repeated again. I believe it's important to preserve these types of places, landmarks, and everything because it's imperative not to forget the past. We have to embrace the reality of the past and try to do better in the future. As to coming back, of course, I definitely am putting this place to my weekend getaway list. It's not at all far from Washington, D.C., very relaxed town, and people here are really chill and so friendly. Plus, there's plenty to do, plenty to see, and so easy to relax. And for an overnight stay, I would definitely recommend renting a private room at an inn or bed and breakfast instead of a hotel or motel, and try to stay closer to the town. But of course, it all depends on your budget. Alright guys, so I really hope you enjoyed this little walking tour of the downtown area of Harper's Ferry, West Virginia. Please let me know what you think, and if there are other things we should know about that I haven't mentioned, drop everything in the comments below. I always love hearing from everyone. It helps the channel and it helps with the research. Next video, we will go around on a driving tour and hike to Jefferson's Rock to have a view of the town from the high ground. Also, we're gonna check out a battlefield and so much more. So guys, thank you so much for watching until the end. I really appreciate your support and take great care of yourself.